Kanye West apologizes to the Jewish community for anti-Semitic remarks. Look, he's sorry. Yeah, he's screaming, he's sorry at the top of his lungs like Simon Butch. He met with a high member of the Jewish church, Catholic church, and he apologized. You know what I mean? I believe this was a rabbi. Drop it in the comments. He apologized. He was going through some shit. Bipolar, schizophrenia, and he's on the spectrum. Look, shout out Kanye West, man. A person should be allowed to make mistakes and apologize. You know, he apologized. He wasn't Hitler. Everybody know he wasn't really with the swastikas and the Nazis. He was just acting out. You know what I mean? He was just acting out. This is just Jay. I'm rocking with him. You drop it in the comments. I'm rocking with him. Other than that sea-sucking shit, because I can't rock with him on that. Yay is still yay, fam. Yeah, the new song with Kodak Black showed us that. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the playground. 9 throwing shots at 21 Savage. He say that man ain't no gangster. He ain't as G'd up as he act. He say the man was sipping tea with the queen. He's not from here. Look, shout out 6ix9ine, but you're wrong about 21 Savage. Look, man, the man moved to Atlanta when he was 7 years old. 7, you know what I mean? And despite being over there for a minute, what I want a lot of people to know is that's just geographical location. That doesn't show who you are as a person because you're an American. Man, over there, they get down the same, if not more, if we just being honest and real. Drop it in the comments, man. You can't take nothing from that man. That man grew up in the projects, nigga. You know what I mean? Shit, he grew up in the hood, bro. He grew up with nothing. You know what I mean? Real shit. Drop it in the comments. Shout out 21. And it may not be the bricks, but it was a poor community. Let's say that. You know what I mean? Yeah, drop it in the comments. That's all it's about, y'all. Drop scores from the playground. Shout out 21 Savage. DJ Vlad throwing shots at Joyner Lucas for posting his content without giving him credit to boost his social media presence. And on top of that, he's refusing to do an interview. Look, this is a real lawsuit filed in federal court. He want his money on, you know what I mean? I guess it ain't so simple as Joyner Lucas just deleting the fucking video. You know what I mean? Drop it in the comments, fam. Look, when you do media, you should know your shit is gonna get reposted here, and everywhere. You don't own them interviews with the people you interview. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. This is some bullshit. Where's Charlamagne the God with that don't care today when you need him? I'm just being honest. I'm just being real, fam. For reposting your fucking content, everybody know your background and what interview is what. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. There's no way to hide that that's from Vlad. Scores from the playground. NBA YoungBoy sold his musical catalog for $100 million. You know what I mean? Look, bro, that was a couple years ago to Atlantic Records. He wanted to buy it back, and this is partial. I don't know exactly what tracks he sold, but he wanted to buy it back. They refused to sell it to him. On top of that, they gave him the Birdman for free. Right now, Birdman owns him. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is a verbal contract or something really written in blood. But Birdman is protecting his assets. That's why everywhere you look right now, you're going to see the Birdman. You know what I mean? Drop it in the comments, man. I can't make this up, but history has shown us Birdman fucks over, or if not, actually fornicates every artist he's ever worked with, fam. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, fam. Once you go over there, you start acting a little different. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Shout out YB because I like him, but he's control now. Yeah, he's not the nigga you knew. He's not that old control. This is a new YB, man. Yeah, this is a new YB. This is why he's putting out music so aggressively. Got to. Yeah, got to. Trying to get, let's just say he's trying to recoup what he lost. Drop it in the comments. Scars from the playground, fam. The paternity lawsuit dismissed with prejudice. This is a good with Rymir Satterthwaite. And if you ask me, he the pappy. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. This is why the man going through so much to not have to take that test. Scared of what it's going to show. Let's just be honest. Let's just be, I don't even see, like, bro, if you know it, it ain't your kid. why not just give them some spit? Ain't them people ain't asking for semen, you know what I mean? People just asking for a little swab of your mouth, you know what I mean? Let's just be honest, let's just be real. The world may never know if Jay-Z is the puppet, because the boy can never file that claim again. Whenever they finally let him out of jail for the pistol that somebody allegedly put in his car. Look, I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. If you ask me, that's his boy. You know what I mean? But officially, we'll never know. You know, yeah, we'll never know. And that's what that money do. The man got money. Money could bury anything. Money could buy you a body. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments. Cause from the playground. Antonio Brown has been extradited from Dubai for attempted murder charges. Look, they got him. This is the second time he's in custody, and he will be having a face trial over this. Look, bro, this happened at an Aiden Ross boxing event. Allegedly, somebody was trying to jack his chain. Yeah, they were trying to swipe him. Yeah, they were trying to swipe him. He said he was fighting for his life, so what he did, next, the best thing he could do, he pulled that blicky out and he shot in the air. The video don't really look like he was trying to kill nobody. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. He wasn't trying to kill him. He was just trying to scare him. He just wanted to look gangster, get him up off of him. You know, I don't think it's attempted murder. Drop it in the comments, man. Shout out to Antonio Brown. Yeah, he has been extradited from Dubai. He is gonna have to stand trial for them charges, bro. Look, yeah, people take that shit serious, bro. You can't just pull out that bitch unless you use it. That's the law, bro. You might well keep that bitch concealed unless you planning to shoot somebody. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. Look, Kanye West owes $1,500 in back taxes for his childhood home. This is in, I think, South Shore, right where Ron Fest lived in the same neighborhood. Look, this is $1,500. Illinois want their money on, and I know a lot of people gonna say, well, Kanye might not have the $1,500 right now. Bullshit. Yeah, that's hard shit. The man just got so much shit going on right now. This, that, and the other to deal with, bro. He just not paying attention to what's behind, bro. You got to really get at him. You ain't get at him, you'll get your money. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Kanye West ain't hurting. He ain't hurting. He's in his right mind right now. Give him a little chance, bro. Give him a little time. I think he gonna find himself being the richest rapper again. You know what I mean? Wait till next year, bro. 2026, bro. Dude got all type of teams going on. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Shout out Kanye West, man. Y'all drop it in the comments. Ice Cube throwing shots at Drake. The man say he hate when rappers put the microphone to the crowd and let the people rap all the lyrics. Why? Because he came to that motherfucker to be entertained. Not only that, bro, he came from the 90s where you had to really get on that stage and bust it. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Well, look, this is Drake. He's talking about Drake. And a lot of people say he wasn't talking about Drake. Bro, it's a video of Drake going around, and he's famous for letting the crowd sing them lyrics. So is a lot of people. Well, look here, bro. The crowd has to be involved. Crowd participation. Everybody wants to participate. You got different type of fans now. You got different type of fans. Now, you want to show the artist how much you fuck with him. That's why they let the crowd fill in the lyrics. Look, shout out Ice Cube. Him and Scarface little song was cute. But come on, man. Come on, get off the gas, bro. We ain't in 1994 no more. It's 2025. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. Cars from the playground. Soulja Boy seeks a presidential pardon for Sean Kingston and his mama, Janice. Look, Sean Kingston was sentenced to 3 years. His mama got 5. This is for defrauding businesses out of millions. They got a 130-inch TV, cars, jewelry, all type of shit, bro. Look, it is what it is. 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Look, I'm balling up the smallest little tissue for Sean Kingston and his mama. What you were doing was wrong, fam. You got to understand there's consequences and repercussions for your actions. Soulja Boy, sit down. The last thing Donald Trump is looking to do is pardon old, you know what, 2 thieves. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's 2 thieves, bro. Yeah. Thieves don't just get a slap on the wrist. No, Yeah, going to jail. Yeah, going to jail, and your head going to do that time. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. Scars from the playground, bro. Like, share, subscribe. You know what I mean? Soldier Boy tripping. Eddie Griffin say he stole Diddy's, the dealer, Sean Combs, designer jacket. Look, this is after being in the Can't Hold Me Down video in 1997. He say the dealer was slow to pay him. He didn't know when he was gonna get paid, so what he did? Took that jacket and ran, took the much. Yeah, the much was good enough. You know what I mean? Look, drop it in the comments. The nigga say he wasn't playing with him. Ain't no nigga gonna keep asking you for his motherfucking money. You know what I mean? Look, shout out to Eddie Griffin. This is Mr. Foolish ways himself. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all seen Foolish, but Foolish was one of my favorite fucking movies back in the day. Eddie Griffin was hilarious, dog. Even the one when he was here, the show when he was playing like he was, I think, Undercover Brother. I think it's that Undercover Brother, bro, when he was eating the mayonnaise. You know what I mean? Look, drop it in the comments. This is my dude. Yeah, this is my dude. I believe anybody would have did the same thing, nigga. If you ain't getting paid, something has to come with me. You know what I mean? Drop it in the comments. Scars from the playground. 6ix9ine pleads for house arrest. Look, bro, he say he begging, of course, for mercy. Yeah, he want mercy. Look, bro, they caught him with cocaine, MDMA, some bullets, you know what I mean? And he got caught whooping somebody that called him a snitch in the mall. Look, bro, now he on house arrest, citing dangers in prison for cooperating. Look, bro, they ain't gonna protect you for the rest of your fucking life because you a rat. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. And you doing a whole lot of shit talking, nigga. You know what I mean, bro? You only facing 3 to 5 months. Now, this nigga say, oh, I'm gonna go to jail for 5 years, blood. Man, they trying to give you 3 months, nigga. Go do your little time, like Blueface. Come out bigger and better, bro. That's the best thing a nigga could tell you. Let's just be real, let's just be honest. But let's not be stupid, my nigga. You pleading for house arrest. Get off the gas, 6ix9ine. DJ Academics throwing shots at Jay-Z. Now this nigga here is puzzling. He was just begging Jigga to leave him alone. Man, please get the black vans from outside of my house. Please, I'm scared for my life. Nah, he's back to talking shit. You know what I mean? Look, bro, the man say Jay-Z is a hell of a mogul, but he ain't the best rapper in the world. He think in a versus match, Kanye West will knock him out in 5 rounds. On top of that, he say Future and Drake are eating him up too. Look, that versus stage is quite different, quite fucking different. You better put some respect on Sean Carter's name. Now, Rymir Satterthwaite might be his son, but that's besides the point. This nigga could rap. This nigga is a rap god, for real. You know what I mean? Drop it in the comments. Everybody he's naming, outside of Future, definitely look up to Jay. You know what I mean? And they wouldn't even say the same things. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Nicki Minaj launched relief efforts in Jamaica. This is after the destruction of Hurricane Melissa. Look, it was a Category 5 hurricane that tore up the island. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Well, she put boots to grind, and she passing out food, water, and essentials to the people that need it most, that were really affected by this hurricane. Look, bro, you can never stop giving back, and you can never give back too much. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. When you get the money, you're supposed to be aiming to be a humanitarian. Now, I don't say you're supposed to give it all away, but come on now. Come on. 10, 20% supposed to go back to the people. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. The people that help you get to where you are. You can't forget him. You know what I mean? Take care of the community. Take care of your neighborhood, bro. You can't just say, oh, I love the hood and never give him nothing. You know what I mean? The people need it. Shout out Nicki Minaj, fam. Look, a new Michael Jackson biopic is scheduled to be released in theaters April 24, 2006. And Jafar Jackson, his nephew, is playing Michael Jackson. You look, Antoine Fuqua is directing it. This and it had a big old budget too. Look, it might be a really good movie. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. But it ain't gonna be nothing like that VH1 one, bro. Like that one, it's just something about that one, bro. You can't remake it. You cannot remake it like that. But it's nice to see if they're gonna add new things about Michael, or just the same old regurgitated information, bro. One wants to know more, mucho más, about him and them little boys. Yeah, he and LaToya Jackson had a whole lot to say. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Before she starts singing a tune and my brother, she was saying her brother did that because Joe did that to them. Drop it in the comments, bro. Scars from the playground. Kodak Black Just Getting Started album, #1 on Apple Music, fam. It was released October 31st on Halloween, bro. And quickly soared to the top soon after. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. Shout out to NBA YoungBoy, but Massa, that's number 3 right now. That's number 3. This ain't about NBA YoungBoy right now. This is about the return of Kodak Black. And I say the return of him because you're going to see Kodak Black, I ain't going to say sober, but he say he's promising to be a lot less fucked up now. Why? Because the fans are loving him. He's been inflicted with feelings. Feelings and low self-esteem. He say when y'all talk about him, it makes him treat himself like shit because he cannot take it. Look, fame is a motherfucker. That fame monster is a bitch. You know what I mean? Everybody's watching your every move. You gotta know you're ready for that shit before you step into that arena. Shout out Kodak Black, fam.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.